Dre should have been there, man. 4th of July was an absolute disaster in that store. Let me tell you what happened, bro. I wasn't even in that store for like 5 seconds. I didn't have anything at my disposal. No coffee, no tea, no iced coffee, no latte, nothing. First argument of the day. You know who it had to be. That darling Carter. Let me tell you what happened. I clocked in like I normally clock in, and she's gonna come talking about, you must have been here an hour ago. I'm like, but it's 8. I know what time it is. You must have been here at 7 a.m. And I'm like, Darlene, I have never been scheduled at 7 p.m. Now, if you put me in the schedule for 7 a.m., you could at least have the decency, the common decency, to tell your boy he had to be here at 7. Because if you don't, I'm going to do what's accustomed to me. And what's accustomed to me is 8 a.m. I said, quote, if you guys are going to schedule me at a different time, then you could at least told somebody. She had to make this type of a... Let me tell you something. You hear me, sucker? I didn't schedule you that. Nobody scheduled you that. That was the computer that scheduled you that time. I just said the computer never scheduled me like that before. So it had to been human error. I just left it alone. Heck, you know how Darlene Carter is. She ain't gonna never admit when she's wrong. But she's always admitting when she's supposed to be right. Argument 2. Still haven't had my latte, my coffee, my cafe, my iced tea, my iced coffee. I ain't had none of that stuff at my disposal. And here come Mr. Cook. Man, before I get into this, Mr. Cook, I think you violated my personal space law. I'm just saying. I could be wrong, but I could have sworn the personal space law was 5 feet. Now, unless the state of Tennessee has changed this law, he done violated my personal space law. I'm just saying. I'm going to go downtown and file a report on that anyway. But here comes argument number 2. I knew something was going on because Dad was flying in my direction. And when me and him and our eyes locked, all I can think of was Dad was speed talking in an insane and unstable level, okay? And like I said before, I didn't have my coffee. So you know what happened. You know what went down. Me and Morel had to face all of those aisles the night crew couldn't do. Dad said, quote, hey, buddy, can you face up aisle 7, 8, 12, 14, 22, 76, 140? I looked at Dad and I said, wait a minute. Let me get an understanding here. So you want us to condense other stores? Is that what was going on? I told you Dad was speed talking. Now, in the real world, he was probably making some sense. But to me, just to me, I hadn't had my coffee yet, and it sounded a little bit like zoo, 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 zoo. Wait a minute, what are you talking about? You know what happened after that? Me and Morel started facing up all them aisles, right? So, it is what it is. When me and Morel was done, we went to the back dock. And then that's when we saw James Phelps. And James Phelps had some choice words about you, my friend. I just don't get it. I swear I don't get it. Now, if he's running his back up, how come he's not here? That don't make no sense. I mean, everybody else is here. I'm here. Ron is here. Bob is here. Jermaine, later on today, he may come up. Argument number 4. Darlene Carter told me to come in the office and help her out. And then she said she had to do the schedule. I'm like, all right, I'll do it. We went from doing the schedule in the office to doing the schedule in the account room, from doing the schedule in Mr. Cook's office to doing the schedule on top of the roof. She couldn't make up her. She comes back, I'm thinking she's done with the schedule. And she must have had a large case of amnesia because she didn't return back to where she came from. I mean, you started from the office, so naturally, common sense would say you should go back to the office. Office was blowing up. I thought DJ Khaled was in town with so many people. Now, normally when the office blows up, you know your boy's going to help everybody out. You know, I help out Sarah, Dustin, Darlene Carter, even Kenny. But when the roles are reversed, don't nobody want to save me. Real talk, Darlene Carter didn't want to be in that office. She had enough of that office. She was trying to do everything in her capability to stay away from that office. That office was kicking the hell out of Darlene Carter ass, saying free smoke, free smoke. Do you want some of this free smoke? Darlene Carter was going,